Good evening and thanks for joining us. If you're worried about how much money you will have to retire on, you certainly are not alone. And today a number of provincial finance ministers argued your case. They want to beef up the Canada Pension Plan, have every Canadian contribute more, so there's enough in the pot in years to come. But the federal Finance Minister Jim Flaherty says now is not the time, though as Vashi Capellos reports, one province is vowing to go it alone.
Finance ministers were all smiles as their meeting started this morning, but the mood quickly changed. Minister of State Kevin Sorensen, flanked by Finance Minister Jim Flaherty, delivered the somber news. There will be no CPP pension reform.
Now is not the time to take more from the paychecks of Canadians.
Sorensen says increased premiums amount to a payroll tax, one small businesses and the Canadian economy can't afford.
Now, Jim Flaherty says there was no consensus reached during the meeting today. Finance ministers from provinces which want reform say it has to happen now, but other ministers say there are still some major questions.
But Ontario's finance minister says that's not true, and now his province will go it alone to secure its future.
We had consensus in that regard, and they chose not to move forward, and that I find is very disappointing.
Ontario and PEI are leading the charge for CPP change. They say it's necessary because 12 million working Canadians don't have a company pension, which means they rely on CPP, and that isn't much. Once you retire, the most you get is $12,000 a year. Advocates for reform want that number to double. Health issues force Carol Blake off the job and into retirement. She relies on the $700 a month she gets from CPP.
The thought of living a great long life is a real concern to me.
Flaherty maintains reform can be broached when the economy's better, whenever that is.
I think it's a fool's game to try to make those kinds of predictions.
Though not a game to everyone.
This country, this government, those who are supposed to be interested in the social well-being of this country need to look at this now. We're in trouble.
But not enough trouble to convince Ottawa to take action now. Vashi Capellos, Global News, Ottawa.
Here's a closer look at Canada's pension picture right now. 40% of Canadians say they will fall short of their pension goals. 29% say they plan to delay retirement to work part-time. Many are also considering dipping into their home equity. 41% of Canadians say using their home as a piggy bank is something they may be forced to do during retirement.